What's up, everybody? Happy International Day of the Ninja! Oh man, am I excited! This has been a good day so far. I do want to send out a couple of. I got a little riled up today. Right, just off camera. Kent, big apology. Uh, I might have killed a family member. Sorry about that.
It's okay, man.
See, he's okay with it now. After a couple of years, you get used to it, people. Honestly, if you ever have the pleasure of working with a ninja for more than 2 seconds, honestly, it's fun. It's fun while it lasts, and you get used to the death. You get used to the blood. I don't think Kent owns anything now that is not covered in blood. Doug, do you own anything that's not covered in blood?
No.
Yeah. See. And I've actually cut off Doug's arm today. He tapped me on the shoulder to tell me that it was time to do this, and I just did that, so he's kind of dealing with that right now. But it looks good, honestly, buddy. You look better. You were getting a little chubby in that arm. Without that arm, it really slims you down. Yeah. Get that. Maybe make that part of your workout regime. I think. The idea of you only need one is a good weight loss program. Just take off an eye, take off an arm, take off a leg, take out a kidney, anything they got two of, pare it down. Especially if you're an American. If you're a fat American, that's a good idea. Doing the you only need one weight loss philosophy. You got two of a lot of things. And if you're not going to be using them, I mean, I'm a ninja. I use both of these every day. Lots of this and lots of that. And the kicking. I use both of my ears equally. And in a deadly fashion. I can throw things with my ears. You know. Takes you a little while to practice that. But woo! What are you guys doing for International Day of the Ninja? I mean, my goodness. I hope you've gone out and done something sneaky. At least done something sneaky. Hide under your parents' bed. Hide under your child's bed if you're a parent. Hide under your dog's bed if you're a lonely person.
Master Ninja, Ivan Sama wants to know, Master Ninja, how come you never have answered my 52 questions?
All right, well, let's get into it. What are your 52 questions? I mean, honestly, I think... the main problem was I was waiting until we had a full deck, until we had like a full deck of questions from you, because then I was going to go through all of them. And now that we got 52, we can do that. I'm going to put them on the back of individual playing cards, and then after I answer the questions, I'm going to hang you up and then do it the playing cards, just like throw them into you, little Ricky Jay style, just slice them up. Slice you up with your actual questions. I don't know. That's my basic plan right now, and I can even tell you that, and you won't be able to do much about it. But yeah, it's gonna be a deck of cards with your 52 questions, and then I'm gonna kill you with it.
Hey, Ninja, the angry Asian / Mexican ninja. Ninja, what kind of pie do ninjas eat?
What kind of pie? I think I put this in a question one time, but I mean, personally, I enjoy a little 3.14, just because it's a pie that never ends. I mean, most pie, like a blueberry pie, you're going to finish that thing, and then you only got you only got so many slices, but pie just keeps on going forever, 3.14, and then there's a bunch of numbers after it, and you never get full.
The Mocking Noob wants to know, did you catch your own turkey?
Oh, of course I did. But I did go for a Turkinja, which they've got the little gobbler thing down there, and they're poisonous turkey. That's full of poison, and they just peck at you, and they're very, 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 very quick. They can throw their own feathers, which is a pretty dangerous thing. But our dinner was you've heard of a turducken, which is a chicken stuffed inside of a duck that's stuffed inside of a turkey. Well, we had a shark-air, which is a turkey stuffed inside of a shark, stuffed inside of a bear. But good bears are good eating, people. Let me just tell you that. Sometimes I go to a park and I just leave out a picnic basket so that the bears will come out and get it, and then they find out that the picnic basket is empty, and then they're for lunch. Bears, they're tasty. We should get rid of the cows, get rid of the cow population, and start raising bears for food.
The following wants to know, how come we've only seen one podcast where we've seen your whole body?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you guys can handle more of my body. You know, I mean, honestly, you've seen Shakira videos, and you've seen the way that she moves. You guys can barely handle that. I mean, I think if you saw my whole body all the time, it would just literally be mind-blowing to you, like causing aneurysms and whatnot, because I got a lot of awesome moves that I'd be doing. And yeah, and plus, I have to keep some parts of me free for punching and kicking and defending people. Get, you know, the bottom half of my body is fighting right now. Is fighting a whole bunch of ninjas and other things that are trying to get me on, because, you know, International Day of the Ninjas play jokes on each other. And just, you know.
Now, Joe Feeney asks, have you ever fought Santa Claus?
Oh man! Now let me tell you this. I have sparred with Santa Claus, but you do not want to go up to him, because up against him, he's a very top level ninja. I mean, I got to be honest about it, because his hands are actual claws, and he'll rip you up. And little warning to the kids out there, just in case you don't know, Santa, you know, is red. His suit is red, but it's just because it's blood soaked in the children's blood. Because he has to kill the children if they wake up in the middle of the night and see them. He has to kill you! So kids, just keep the eyes shut, even if you happen to hear something. But, man, you do not want to go... I mean, what other ninja could travel around the world and sneak into that many houses in one night? I mean, he's impressive. You do not want... Plus, he's backed up by a bunch of pain deer, which are, you know, just creepy dudes. Really creepy dudes.
Hey, Anonymous Ninja wants to know what you think about 2012 and all of that hoo-ha.
Well, you know what? Jury's still out. You know, we're considering ending the world in 2012 for just regular humans. There's kind of a debate going on with the killer sapiens right now. It's a big council that we have. It's Amazons and robots and some ogres and a couple dragons, and anyways, we're all like just sitting around trying to figure out what we want to do in 2012. But it's gonna be big. We are gonna throw something down in 2012. It might not be world-ending, but we are considering maybe moving to a different world. Just you know, mix things up a little bit. Honestly, when's the last time anything exciting has happened on Earth? Ugh, I'm bored.
Hey, eggnog is good. Wants to know, do ninjas think eggnog is good?
Well, you know what? Just for your name's sake, I'll have to be honest with you. I do not think eggnog is good. It just seems unhealthy at some point, because it got eggs, and it's like a drink that Rocky would drink before he would go training or something like that. I really don't understand the nog in general. I don't like any nog, because I don't know exactly what nog is. I get the egg part, but, like, you know, if I order, you know, a drink, if I order, you know, orange juice, I get a glass of juice that comes from an orange. I don't know where the nog comes from. I don't know exactly what nog is. So until I get to the bottom of that, I'm gonna have to say no. But kudos on nog for hiding so well, and being so good at, like, hiding it, who it is, what it is.
Hey, Ivan Selma wants to know, can you do that ninja dance you did on your podcasts?
Which what? I got a lot of ninja dances. I remember this one. I don't know what all that... There was something about this involved in it somewhere. But there's a lot of other ninjas involved in that. Wasn't even my dad in that video, if I recall? I think my dad was. He's the one who refused to dance.
Yeah, that's the dance. You're doing it.
That's a good way to celebrate Ninja Day. Go out and do yourself a little ninja dance.
Hey, I think someone Fallen maybe asked, do you? Have you ever cried?
Are you? Of course I've cried. Someone's fallen. Is that's a screen name right there?
Yeah, Fallen.
Oh, fallen, right? Okay. Of course I've cried. You people, listen, kids. Crying is a valuable weapon, and I don't just mean for women manipulating men into marrying them, or doing something that guys generally don't want to do, like get a cat. But like crying, I mean, as long as you can put lots of things into your tear ducts. I often fill my tear ducts with poison that I have built up an immunity to, and then I start crying, and then somebody's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and then they touch it, absorb it into their skin, boom. I just killed you with kindness, with your own kindness.
Let's see. Oh, Nightshade Lust asks, do you have a teddy bear?
First of all, nice screen name, Nightshade Lust. That's kind of spicy, kind of edgy, like something that's edgy. A sword. Let's say a sword would be edgy. I have an actual bear, and I've named him Teddy, after Teddy Roosevelt, and he does a pretty darn good impersonation. But mostly he's a bear that's just a friend of mine more than he is actually mine. Because as I mentioned before, I like to eat bear, so we kind of have like a mutual like, hey, I won't eat you, you won't eat me, type thing. But he's pretty intense. He's half robot bear, so he's a robo bear, and his main goal in life is to hunt down Peter Wellen. Peter Weller.
Wellen.
Wellen?
Peter Wellen's pretty dangerous too.
Oh yeah, of course. Peter Wellen's dangerous, but Peter Weller, he's a little bit more because he has a band.
Hey, weigh in on this for Eggnog. Who would win, Gandalf or Yoda?
Whew. You know what? Here's what I'm going to have to say about this. If that was an actual battle that went down, and I hate to break it to you folks, but I'm giving it to Gandalf. Because he's a wizard. He's got a lot of thoughts, and he actually accomplished a goal. He actually ended up actually defeating and killing someone. Yoda, he always battles people, but he never beats them. He never finishes the job. He never actually makes the important kill, the top level kill that he needs to make. I mean, my goodness, they could have saved ourselves a lot of bad acting if he had just been able to take out the Emperor in prequel number 3.
A lot of people want to know, is Barack Obama a ninja?
Are you kidding me? No, I hate to break it to you. Barack Obama is not a ninja. He's trying, and he's doing lots of interesting things, but no. I mean, first of all, economic crisis would have been gone because he would have gotten rid of the economy completely and just switched to all using just points. That's a ninja idea that we're floating around right now, is just switching to a completely point-based economy where you just use like frequent flyer points and subway cards to base the entire economy and to get rid of the idea of money altogether. That would have solved your problem right there. And I think if he was a ninja president, he would have put through his little survival of the fittest bill, or something a little bit more impressive than a healthcare reform. Because honestly,
now the Mocking Noob wants to know, can you really believe it's not butter?
never believe that it's not butter. It's too risky. Are you kidding me? It looks exactly like butter. I'm sorry. Anything that looks that much like butter might actually be butter. It's basically like talk show hosts. You know, anybody that looks like a talk show host is probably hosting something. Whether it could just be a bacteria or a virus on their body, but they're a host of something.
Hey, Brandon asked a question. I am training in ninjutsu. Do you have any philosophies for me?
Get better or die. I just a lot of the philosophies are the philosophies that I put out in the book. You know, I mean, just general, like, just good ideas. which one of them is don't be general. All generals do is get people killed. George Washington said that. That's an actual George Washington quote. Yeah, just to, just challenge yourself. If you're not fighting somebody right now, if you're not punching or kicking or flipping or doing some sort of workout right now, you're not really training in ninjutsu. It's not a once a week class. It's a constant, every day, every second of the life that's happening to you thing.
Nightshade Lust again asks, are roses ninjas in disguise?
Only the 2% of roses that don't have thorns. A little tricky that way, because we actually have our whole in there, just pressed in there. But I will tell you this, we are not big fans of the band Poison. Good name of a band, but they were incorrect when they said every rose had its thorn, because 2% of roses do not have the thorns, and those 2% are usually ninjas.
Ivan Sama asks, how many swords can you use at once?
Me?
Yeah,
Well,
you.
Well, of course, I could use dozens of them. I don't even know how many swords. I mean, I have individual control over every single muscle in my body, so each muscle could probably use about 4 or 5 swords at a time. So, I don't know, go to med school and then do the math on that, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I never challenged myself. That's a good idea. I'm gonna see how many swords I could possibly use at one time. I,
Where do you live? Follow us to know where you live. Cave, secret hideout, in a mountain, what?
yeah, absolutely. That's right. All of the above.
Angry Asian Mexican Nation wants to know, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Well, I've already done a lot. I mean, I've actually gone up to Klondike Land, which is it's above Canada, but not to the North Pole yet. It's just in the general Klondike region, and I've done a lot for a Klondike. They're dang tasty. I will tell you that. But I really don't have to do much, because most people that eat Klondike bars are a little flabby in the middle. So I find it pretty darn easy to steal a Klondike bar from somebody who's eating a Klondike bar, because they're just not that in shape because they eat Klondike bars.
Are you a college dropout?
I've gone to a college and I've dropped out of things in colleges and killed people at colleges after I dropped out of colleges, and I've caused them then to drop out of college because due to death. But yeah, so I would consider myself a college dropout. I've gone to college, I've dropped out, and then I've made other people drop out of college. If you're in college right now and you want to drop out, just send me a message and I'll come by and make sure that you drop out of life. 101.
Squee Ninja wants to know, is Lady Gaga a ninja or just crazy?
Well, I think there's a third option in there, and that I think she's actually just David Bowie in disguise. That's my guess right now, is that she's like a like a Chris Gaines was for Garth Brooks. I think it's actually David Bowie just trying to reinvent himself with some sort of like new, Euro hipster, West End London style flamboyant person, if you will. Just a way to fully express himself. It's the next evolution. It's like, when Paul Atreides became a sandworm. I think it's just like the next evolution of a David Bowie.
Where is Waldo?
Wouldn't you like to know? I'll tell you. I'm not going to tell you. He's a good guy, and I'm not going to tell you.
Mike wants to know, is Kung Fu better than Ninjutsu? I heard Shaolin monks are pretty cool.
Oh, no, Shaolin monk, here's where you're confusing. You're confusing coolness with awesomeness. Now, ninjutsu is what gets you to awesomeness. Kung Fu can get you cool. I mean, if you just want to get some chicks, maybe, or whatever it is that cool points could get you, potentially, like a discount at Hollister or something like that, or some sort of like into an Ed Hardy party or something like that. I don't know exactly what, but coolness and awesomeness are two different things because coolness is down there and awesomeness is way up there. So I mean, awesomeness is coolness times a ninja.
Joe Feeding wants to know, what does your hair look like?
I have no hair. I'm completely hairless, top down, from my head to my toe. I'm completely hairless.
Was your mom a ninja?
Of course, my mom was a ninja. She still is a ninja. I haven't told her I was born yet, though. That's one. If she's watching this now, she knows. But she did not know before now that I was born. Because I started training in the womb, and she was helping me. She was my first master, actually. Good lady.
Can you bend elements like air and chocolate?
Oh, of course. You gotta. I flex my muscles all the time with just all general rules of sciences. Because sciences are just all about the constricting and they're trying to come up with all these rules and things that you can do and can't do and all that. I don't have time for that. Sometimes you have to hang up in the air and just for a little bit longer than like gravity wants you to do or something like that. And that involves dealing with the elements that are around you, which is, I mean, air, that's a very general term, people. There's a lot of stuff in air. Air is made up of just all kinds of little molecules, and you gotta, as a ninja, you have to be able to commune with every single one of those not molecules. Because hydrogen, I mean, whew, hydrogen has got some tood straight off. I mean, hydrogen will not hold you up. Helium's a good guy. Helium will work with you, but like hydrogen, oof, they're trying to blow you up all the time.
Hey, I believe Bruce Pones you wanted to know, what's the square root of ninja?
Ninja. It's the only thing that the square root of it is that actual thing.
Can ninjas divide by 0?
Of course. Are you kidding me? It's a round number. And so we could go all the way around 0 and then we would still be at 0.
Amadeus asks, what's your best kill?
It's not Amadeus, it's Amadeus.
It's A-Mud-I-A-S. Amadeus. So, like, I think they were trying to go for Amadeus, but didn't quite make it.
Right. What was the actual question, though?
Oh, dear God. I lost it.
Oh,
well. No.
It was a good name.
What was your best kill? What was your best kill?
That's so hard. It really is so hard. But honestly, I will say one of my most enjoyable kills was Selma Hayek. Killing Selma Hayek was a really enjoyable kill because you realize she can't even act when she's dying. Like she really couldn't. She even gave a poor performance in death, and so I just felt righteous in doing that.
Is Michael Phelps a ninja?
No, are you kidding me? That fatty Arbuckle, all he can do is swim. He's a mediocre swimmer. I don't think that qualifies as a ninja at all. I'm going to dip left for 1 second, and that way to that. Wait, what? Wait, look. That won't last. Yeah! I just was going to chop off Doug's other arm. He doesn't have his other arm now.
Oh!
No, don't start whining about it now.
Are there ninja muggles, and are they very easy to kill?
That doesn't even really make sense, because if they were muggles, then they wouldn't be ninjas. Aren't the muggles the people that are not fictional wizards and witches? So a muggle would be somebody who... I'm just going to go ahead and say no to that. And yes, everybody who's not a ninja is easy to kill.
So now, do ninjas shop at Victoria's Secret?
We only shop at the actual Victoria's Secret's fashion show. We'll drop down and steal things off of them during the actual show while they're walking around the runway. But honestly, that's just for the just for the fun of it, because ninja women don't need any sort of bras or panties. They can just hold their breasts up with sheer will.
Do you know Victoria's Secret?
Do I know her secret? Oh yes. And let me tell you, buddy, if I told you, it would cause some major repercussions. I'll give you a hint. Victoria's not a woman.
So is she a man? Is that?
That's just the tip of the iceberg of this. I mean, that's the tip of the iceberg, and then the stuff that's above the water is like the equivalent of like if M. Night Shyamalan had written The Crying Game, and then underneath it, boy, the main part of the secret is going to remain a secret for now.
Do you know who let the dogs out?
Nope, yeah, it was me. I did it. Because honestly, they didn't need to be inside anymore. They needed to get out and run around a little bit. My goodness, they're dogs. Can't keep them inside all the time. That was me.
Now, what's your big opinion of NILFs, ninjas I'd like to?
Fillet?
Yeah, that's right.
Ninjas I'd like to fillet? Nilfs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, bring it on. That's all I'm telling you. If you think that you want to take a run at a ninja, knock yourself out. Just try. Here's what I'm wondering is, how do you even figure that out? Because there's no real, like, I'm the only ninja out there, the real ninja that has even been seen by most people. So that's a pretty odd little fetish. I'll have to check out and see if there's a website of that or something like that.
Hey, Burnified asks, since today's my birthday, does that make me a ninja? Or her a ninja? Yeah.
Yep. You know what? For today, I'm going to make you an honorary ninja-ish type girl. That's what it is. Yeah, I'll give you that. But no, it does not make you a ninja just because you were, born in the day. But you can be an honorary ninja today, because just because somebody's born on a day doesn't necessarily make them completely encapsulate everything that is that day. I mean, there's lots of people that are born on December 25th. That doesn't make them Jesus. I don't even think Jesus was born on that day, so he might not even be Jesus.
Dan wants to know, have you ever done something and immediately just gone, ugh, that was a bad idea?
Oh, more than once, my friend. Especially when you just anything involving a dragon. Usually you have that moment at least once where you're just like, all right, I'm going to run down his nose and then I'm going to stab his brain. And then you get like halfway into that dragon nose and you're just like, oh boy, this was a bad idea, because this is pretty darn disgusting. Most orifices of a dragon are, and the orifices too, but the orifices especially are rather disgusting.
Well, the British orifice was better than the American orifice.
Yeah, I've always thought that. I think Steve Kilrill from the American orifice is not as good as the other guy from the British orifice.
Mike wants to know, how fast can you go?
How was that?
How many humans can you kill in 1 second?
I just went and touched him and came back. How many who?
How many humans can you kill?
Humans? Endless. I mean, it depends on the situation. I mean, if I get a good line of them up going, like if I'm like at somewhere like Giant Stadium or somewhere where you might want to kill a lot of people, I could probably kill at least a stadium full. At least a stadium full. But if they were in a direct line, probably a few more.
Fallon wants to know, can he come to the United Tunnels of America?
Oh, did you submit an application? For those of you who don't know, the United Tunnels of America is just for people who just given up, who just don't even want to try on the surface layer anymore. It's going to be an elaborate system of tunnels underneath America. We're taking applications, but we really only want super duper awesome people
And hot chicks.
and a couple hot chicks. Those are for Kent.
What? Oh, jeez, I lost it. Can you just eat one Lay's potato chip?
You'd think I'd be able to, but I can't. I mean, I am at the verge right now of maybe hunting down Mr. Lays and laying him to rest. I just might have to laze him to rest because they're just too darn addictive. I think there's an episode of Intervention that's going to come out soon. It's just somebody eating Lay's potato chips. Just destroyed their entire family.
Let's see.
A Lay's potato chip, by the way, folks, pretty darn good weapon.
What is your zombie attack plan?
Well, I'm not planning a zombie attack, so I don't really have a plan for attacking. Now, I do have a zombie defense plan that just basically, ninjas who have been killed and come back as zombies are called deadnecks. And we're just going to line up all of our deadnecks, and they will fight the zombie population, and then all we have to do then is then kill the couple of deadnecks that are left. So basically, it's, hiring somebody to kill them and then killing the person that you hired to kill them. It might not seem honorable, but it's functional, and it works.
Hey, Shadow in the Mist asks, what type of games do ninjas play?
Mind games, games of death, games of extreme double chance. That's where there's a chance that there's something else is going to happen than even the things that could possibly happen with the chance. And then there's a game that we actually play with the game. The rapper. The game. We have a game that we play with him that's kind of like the Most Dangerous Game, where you're hunting humans, but we're just slowly driving him insane. It's a pretty fun game.
Chef Alexander says, I'm thinking of enrolling my 6-year-old son in MMA. What do you think?
Well, honestly, I don't know that your son has the talent to handle MMA right now, at this moment. I mean, mind you, I'm all for kids getting involved in violence early. But if you're talking about mastering martial arts in a mixed sense, I think just run a couple tests around the house. Basically, that's what I'm saying, is put your child out on the lawn and try and run him over with a lawnmower. See how he does. Maybe throw him in a blender. Try and push his head into a blender. How good can he defend it? Lock him in a sub-zero, the garage refrigerator or something like that. Can he get out? Leave sharp objects around on the floor, around electrical outlets, and see how that pans out. Let's see what actually happens. I think it's just fill up the shower with water, and then throw them over the top of it after you've sealed up the edges or something like that. You really want to do a couple home tests before to your child. Just try and kill him a couple times at home, and if he gets through that, then then by all means.
Hey, Hidden Tree wants to know, do ninjas know how to not kill someone?
Oh yeah. Look, not always do we get to kill somebody. Sometimes we're just sent to do threats. And threats are very tricky business, my friend, because you have to not kill somebody. And it's hard. It's hard to hold back the kill, but yeah, you still got to make your threat meaningful. Because if they know you're not there to kill them, then they're just like, well then why? Then that's not a good threat. So you have to make the threat like personal, biologically specific, very focused at them, but then not kill them. It's not fun. It's not fun. Not killing is not fun, but sometimes we have to do it.
What happens to ninjas at absolute zero, the temperature where everything stops motion?
We still move. Because honestly, that's negative 273 degrees is only as cold as Kelvin could possibly imagine things getting at absolute zero. And then there's lots of ninja activities that happen past absolute zero. That because it gives you a lot of freedom, and it goes back to can ninjas, you know, divide themselves by zero? We can also divide ourselves by sub-zero.
Bernified said she watched your chat last year, and you said you started training when you were 3 months old, and this year you said you started training in the womb. When did you actually start your training?
Wouldn't you like to know? I'm a ninja. I've got secrets.
Who did you lose your ninjinity to?
Well, you're talking about first kills, I know. Oh boy, first kill. My first kill was my grandma. And it was a very touching moment, just watching her slip away into death and realizing that, she helped me realize the value of taking lives. And that's, boy, I'm sorry, I just didn't expect that. And now, here I am crying. And you asked if I could cry. Here they are, tears of poison. Oh wait, nope. These are actually acidic tears. Hey, Kent, do you want some acidic tears?
Now!
There you go. All right.
Hey, Kevin Mills says, I'm having trouble showing affection to my girlfriend. Does the ninja have any advice on how I can open up?
Well, first of all, what type of affection are you working with? Because if you're just working with just a regular, just a regular affection, then I think you need to upgrade it a little bit. I like if you're trying to show her just of the type of affections that I like to show. I suggest showing her a confection, which is just sugar, and it gets her excited and hyper, and then you could take some as well, and then everybody's just really excited and hyper because you've ingested some confection. But and sometimes they can pass as love. I say fake it till you make it.
Are all ninja farts silent but deadly?
Yes.
Let's see. Are you Mac or PC?
Well, we've got our own system. We've got our own operating system. That everything operates a lot faster. Never get any spinning wheels. Never get any system shutting down. We have no paper clips that come up and try and tell us what to do.
Let's see, what else? You're doing good. How are you doing, Ninja? Do you wanna keep going?
Sure, I'll hang for a little while longer.
What's more ninja, cats or dogs?
Dogs, easily. My goodness, cats just do not get it. Is it just me, or there's just something wrong with a cat? They don't know how to make friends. Honestly, I mean, anybody who owns a cat, you are not friends with your cat. Now, a ninja, they're just fun. They're just good to have around. I mean, a ninja dog, they're just good times. But a cat, you can't trust a cat.
Hey, Sir Greg asks, if you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
I wish there were more ninjas. I wish that the non-ninja world was not so hung up on life. Ugh. And I wish cheese wasn't fattening. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I'm a cheese lover. But you know what? I'm gonna scrap my first 2, and I'm gonna go with all cheese wishes. I'm gonna wish that cheese was not fattening. I'm going to wish that cheese was not binding, if you catch my constipation. And I'm going to wish that I had some sort of magical cheese that I could change into whatever cheese I wanted at that moment. Like a bottomless cup of coffee, but it would be a bottomless or an endless wheel of cheese. And then every time I sliced it, I could say, Gouda, Munster, Swiss, that type of thing.
Is bird the word?
No, not anymore. We changed it. Well, that was like the word like 30 years ago. You gotta update your records. Apparently, you're not on the distribution list anymore.
Do ninjas need glasses?
For what? I mean, we use glasses sometimes, you know. If I'm at a bar or something like that and I need to kill somebody, sometimes I'll form a couple of glass shurikens. I'll just grab a glass out of the bar, form a couple of quick glass shurikens. You know, because you can't see a glass shuriken coming, you know. They're fairly invisible. And then sometimes, you know, we'll use glasses, you know, the eyeglasses that people wear, because it's a real easy way to kill someone. You just walk up and you go, psh, like that, and you shatter the glass into their eyes, and it shoots back through their brain and sticks to the back of their skull. They're blind, and their brain not working. You're halfway to killing them right there.
Do you or did you ever have a pet?
Yes.
What was it?
I'm not going to tell you that. I can't tell you what my pets are.
Let's see. Do ninjas play Dance Dance the Revolution?
Yes. You people need to go back and check out some apps. You know, we just set up a channel up on YouTube, and we reformatted all the apps. But there's a good explanation of, yes, we don't play Dance Dance Revolution. We play Death Revolution, and it's a 6-sided sphere. You know, Dance Dance Revolution just has that one little pad with the things, and this is like 6 things, and you have to jump around and you have to do the choreography exactly on all 6 sides at once. And if you don't get it right, then the box just fills up with piranhas swimming around in blended up sumo wrestlers, which is blended up sumo wrestlers is disgusting enough as it is, but then you throw piranhas in there. Not a good time, my friend. You want to make sure that you get that. We also have Karaoke Revolution, which is like Karaoke Revolution, except there's poisonous spikes that shoot out of the microphone if you sing a wrong note.
Is Keith Richards dead?
Is Keith Richards dead or dead?
Dead.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought that was general knowledge. Keith Richards died in 82. We got zombie Keith Richards right now. Can't you tell by because he ate the drummer's brain.
Sure.
That drummer is just working on battery power now. Just a skin suit.
Who would win a fight between Jackie Chan and Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris. I mean, mind you, I like Jackie Chan. He's a good guy. But Chuck is an ambassador. I mean, he really is like, he's a good friend of the ninja. He gets it. He understands where we're coming from. He understands. And honestly, he's done us a big favor because ninjas don't like a lot of hair. And Chuck has taken the hair burden from a lot of us just by being willing to carry, 4 times as much hair as a regular human being has. Jackie's a nice guy. He's a good guy, and he's trying. But Chuck's the real deal.
What do you think of the Twilight books and movies?
I think I wish that they were reaching their twilight. What's good as a vampire? I mean, they're just. I really don't get the love of that vampire culture. They're not good people. I mean, at least a zombie, they're like focused. They're like, all right, here's what it is. I want brains, and I'm the living dead. But the problem with a vampire is the vampires are undead. They're not the living dead. They're just undead, and you can't kill a vampire, no matter how hard you try. By the way, folks, all you can do is just chop up their parts and separate them as far as you can. But I mean, even if you get it down to the molecule level, the microscopic level, they still will eventually reform. And so that's a little annoying. I get annoyed with something that I can't kill. And that Twilight series, I don't know. And the most recent one, I don't know. I'm not really liking it. Get it? I'm not liking it. You get that, Kent?
No, I didn't.
Because they're
Like in
because there's werewolves. There's
Okay,
werewolves in it.
It's good.
And I've always said wherever there's wolves, there's not a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did ninjas kill the dinosaurs?
a couple of them, but there were ninja dinosaurs. I mean, we used to. Uh, I mean, and this is back in the day. I mean, we were wearing stone gis at the time. Oh boy, those were heavy. We wore black stone gis. Oh, and all of it was a tough time, but yeah, we killed a fair number of the dinosaurs, and you could tell. I mean, you look at some of those fossils. I mean, that's why they're so hard to find. I mean, a lot of times we'd punch them and they would just disintegrate into dust.
Uh, people say there's a ghost in the Alamo. Do you think it's a ghost or a ninja?
Oh, it's a ghost. It's actually no. I mean, I know that ghost. It's the ghost of the raccoon that Davy Crockett was wearing on his head at the time, as far as rodent ghosts go, top notch. I mean, he gets into a lot of trouble, and yeah, and honestly, that ghost is one of the main reasons why the U.S. did not fare so well at the Alamo. That ghost was working for the other side.
Have you ever met a ninja?
A ninja?
Yeah.
Of course I have. I've worked with ninjas before, and they're. I love working with them because they're fun. But I learned quickly not to pick them up because they're cute and you want to pick them up, but don't do it if you ever work with a ninja because they will cut your hands off. I mean, let's see, these are about my 18th set of hands that I'm working with here. I don't know how many of you have seen Ninja Assassin, but you know how he does the little focus thing in there where he heals up his wounds. Obviously, we can do that, but at a much higher level. I mean, they just went really softcore in that movie, but obviously the people that watched, that made Ninja Assassin are watching the show, so thank you, Joel Silver, James McTeague, whoever else is involved in making that movie.
Have you ever been frozen in time?
Well, that's a tricky question because time, and I don't mean to blow your mind, but time doesn't not exist. So I would say everyone is frozen in time and not frozen in time at the same time because time does not exist. So I don't know what to tell you. All existence is happening simultaneously. Did I let? Am I allowed to tell them that? I don't know. But now you know. All time is all events, all existence is happening simultaneously. So I have been stuck in some parallel dimensions. I have been stuck in moments of existence that are within the parameters of everything.
Could a ninja choose to not be ninja if he wanted to?
I suppose they could. And we disguise ourselves all the time as things that are not ninjas, but I don't know. I don't know. It'd be tough to not be a ninja. I mean, the training is so intense and so, like, every molecule in my body is a ninja. So, I don't know. It would be tough to not be a ninja because you just, I think, your body would just reject not being a ninja.
What came first, ninja or the dark?
Oh, blackness. Blackness was before the ninja.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, it was because, but no, it's difficult to tell when the exact first ninja came out because there were ninjas hiding in that dark. And who knows when they came into existence. I think they've hidden their origins of how they came into existence.
Now, have you ever killed anything with just a single atom?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I was on the set of Batman back in the day, and I picked up Adam West, and I killed the first Riddler with him. He worked pretty good. But we also can use just the atoms that are inside of molecules. We can use those as well because they're very precise. We got little tiny, like atomic-sized blow darts, with just a tiny little, for killing very, very small things, mind you. But yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, so have you ever done anything truly heinous to me or Doug?
To who or Doug? To you? To
Yeah,
Kent
yeah,
or
that's
Doug?
right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you this right off the bat. If you ever meet Doug, he's not the first Doug. We're about 7 Dougs in, right? Is that right, Kent?
7 or 8, yeah.
7 or 8 Dougs in, and so I mean, Doug, absolutely. I mean, I've done lots of heinous things to Doug. Kent, I'd say probably the worst thing I've ever done to him is I punched him one time where I punched him through him, and it caused him to go inside out, and he had to live inside out for what was it, about 3 weeks, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, he had to live completely inside out. And when you're inside out, it's not just your body that's inside out, but his thoughts were inside out. So he was living the opposite of his true essence as well.
Let's see. Did you start the fire?
Me? No way! Are you kidding me? That was Billy Joel. It was Billy Joel. I mean, he can claim he didn't. And I don't know who this we is that he's talking about, but it was Billy Joel. He started well, I mean, second fire. The first fire was started back by Nero. Nero started the first fire, and then Billy Joel started the second one. And somewhere in between, there was a cow that started a fire somewhere.
Can you learn ninjutsu without a teacher?
You could try. You could try absolutely anything, but I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, you need some masters. And you don't need just one teacher. You need lots of different teachers because they each going to bring something different. And you need the crazy ninja master who lives on a mountain somewhere and has just developed his own crazy philosophies. And then you need, ninjas that are part of the actual working ninja network. And then you need to get outside of the ninja world and train with some wizards and maybe even train with an ogre or two. Well, you train inside of an ogre, but you...
What is a dangling participle?
Well, it's just a technique where you hang underneath the participle and just a place to hide, I guess. The dangling participle.
Sure. All right, you ready for the last couple of questions?
Yes.
Have you ever been rickrolled?
I have. What was the thing that I did? I've yes. Well, I have never personally been rickrolled, but I have spring-rolled some people, which is using Rick Springfield to actually roll over top of people rather than Rick Ashley. It's kind of like the next level of it. It's called spring rolling, and he's very fat now, if you have not kept in touch with Rick Springfield.
All right, well, cool. I think that's probably about the questions. You want to wrap it up?
Sure. Go out and do something today, people. Just sneak around, punch somebody, kill something. Just get your ninja on. Just don't let the day pass without doing something ninja. I mean, this is International Day of the Ninja. Anybody, anywhere in the world, just maybe get on a plane and go somewhere in the world, get off the plane, punch somebody in the face, and then get back on the plane and come home. At least you can say you did it. I mean, it's a worldwide celebration. I expect to not hear about any of it, because if you're actually being a ninja, I shouldn't know that you've done any of these things. But you gotta go out and do them. Only you will know. Only you will know if it actually gets done. I hope everybody's wearing a lot of black today. I hope you are all sitting in shadows somewhere, and that you're all using all of your weapons. But let's use this time to really celebrate the taking of lives, to really celebrate what it means to kill and to hide and to sneak and to flip. That's what I got to say. If you haven't checked us out on YouTube, go and check it out. And we're starting up a lot of that. You guys are doing a great job on this on the fans.askingninja.com. Got a lot of good stuff going on around there. A lot of fun. That's what it is. And buy somebody the Ninja Handbook for Christmas. That's what I would do. Kent, that's what you're getting for Christmas this year.
Thanks.
Another copy of the Ninja Handbook. That's all I give. That's all I ever give as a gift. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by and asking me such awesome questions. I look forward to killing each and every one of you very soon. Hey!